Welcome to the Nailsin Ratings, and it's time to talk about The Flash, the episode known as Come, All Ye Thankful. See, they got both holidays in one little line there. Of course, it was a Thanksgiving episode. And once again, it stresses to family. And overall, the plot was presenting mirrors for fathers and daughters. So you, of course, have the Flash and Nora. And Nora and Iris are getting along, and the Flash is looking at them, well, that's great and all. And then they have to go deal with a serious danger situation. And the Flash ends up dying. Oh, no, I spoiled it. They told Nora, hey, you got to shock him back and create some lightning and shock him back. And it takes a while, but she gets it done. And she's all upset and panicked about this, of course. And it brings to home that she's not just mad at her mother, she's mad at Daddy. And that's because she feels he wasn't putting his family first, rather he was putting the Flash first and helping people and all that. And the Flash said, well, she's got a point. And she's ultimately wanting him to give up being the Flash because that'll prevent his terrible future for whatever happened to him where he disappeared and is presumed dead. And she never got to know her father until she travels back in time and meets him. But so there was that father and daughter. Then they brought back a weather wizard, played by the actor who was the second Spartacus in the Spartacus series from Starz. But he's still locked up, and they believe that the business of where Flash nearly died or did die and had to be brought back was caused by him. But it turns out, no, he's got a daughter, and she has lightning powers too, except she really doesn't. She has an antenna from I believe it was a television news van or something like that. And apparently this is another piece of dark matter tech, just like what's-her-face who had her magic phone. Well, so the powers are in the antenna, and she carries it around like a magic staff or what have you, and tries to break her father out of prison. Flash and Nora, or what's her name, Excess or something like that. They stop her from doing so, and then she says, well, you know what, I'm going to destroy the whole city unless you hand over my father. And so that was the plot there. And so they eventually said, hey, we'll give her what she wants. But of course they don't. They seem to be bringing her father to her, and then she immediately attempts to kill him. But then that reveals that this was only a hologram. Interestingly enough, Ralph Dibny is not in the show. Maybe they mentioned it and I missed it, but I don't think the actor got injured as well, because Joe is not on the show because the actor Jesse Martin was injured. But I would have thought at that point, for a second, I thought, oh, that's really Ralph disguised, because he can, change his features and everything. And then plus, she drops a truck on the guy, and that's when it reveals it's a hologram, not Ralph. Which so for whatever reason, he wasn't on the episode. But I figure that's probably what they would have done. But instead, it's a hologram. And she figures it out. Then she really goes mad and decides she's really going to fry the whole city. And as a result of that, the Flash has to take a powerful risk in stopping her. And Nora understands, with all the people standing around and in danger, she realizes she couldn't possibly ask her father not to do that. And she understands the nature of heroism. And so he manages to save the day. And he survives, yay. The third mirror, or maybe mirror parallels or what have you, of fathers and daughters, is we finally get the story behind Cicada, and we get the backstory. Of course, he got his powers from the Enlightenment event with the piece of the shrapnel of the satellite lodged in his chest, and that's the strange, jagged, lightning bolt looking dagger, if you will, that he's been using. And my guess is that it was another example of dark matter tech, but it's also infested his body. He's got super strength now and stuff like that. But it turns out, I believe his sister had passed away, and he ended up being the only relative for her daughter. So it's not really, he's actually the uncle, but still he, at first they showed the whole story. He's like, I can't raise a kid. This is, he doesn't know what he's doing. But over time, he grows to love the girl, and they're having a good time at a carnival or whatever. And the whole event happens, and the girl is knocked unconscious and apparently has been in a coma ever since. And he, of course, blames this all on metas. He's watching the news about metas, and he's like, oh, I hate metas. I'll kill them all. But interestingly enough, the one remaining mystery was the doctor who keeps helping him. And he was all down the dumps about the girl being in a coma and everything. It's all my fault. And the doctor said, no, it's not. It's those damn metas. So the doctor is kind of putting this in his head. And it might just be that, yes, she feels that way because she's a doctor and she sees the results of all these fights and battles coming into the hospital, and she has to deal with it. So she doesn't have a positive view of these super people. And so maybe that's all it is. Or maybe she's someone else, setting this guy up, because she's been helping him all along. But it could just be they just agree on this subject of metas are dangerous and should be done away with. So you get all of that, and it all revolved around fathers and daughters. Now the rest of the family, and you make your own family with friends and whatnot because of Sherlock and the new Harrison Wells and all that, bringing, hey, you need to come have Thanksgiving dinner with us and all that, and we're all a family together and all that. So that was the other element. So rather so, but an interesting little play there that they did about fathers and daughters and that sort of thing. And again, another example. That's how you do filler. It progresses the overall plot, but it also gives you an episode that's of interest and adventure. So once again, good on the Flash. I think the previous one was a little bit better, but this one gets 3 out of 5 stars and remains a good superhero show, and comes with my highest recommendation as far as that genre goes. So thanks for watching and listening, and say, why not check out the link description below? That'll take you to my mini stores that have plenty of gifts for you.